Now recording.
Hi,
Bitch,
Craig.
you gotta-
Woo!
Sup, bitch, you got
Craig is so.
I can buy a slushie.
Everybody say
Hi,
hi.
Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Craig is so
Alright.
loud.
Yeah, well, he's a loud boy. He's a noisy man.
He is.
Alright, so welcome everybody back to Borealis. It's a literal actual government crime that we haven't played thus far. So we're gonna try to play more often because
Because of circumstances beyond our control.
Beyond our control.
Coronavirus exposure.
We've got some really good things planned for Act 3. I stare at Mike. We've got some really good things planned for Act 3.
I still can't believe I missed the biggest boss battle.
Some really good things for Act 3. It's gonna be so very sexy.
Spooky.
I'm freaking hyped. I don't know why I didn't say fuck, but you know. Who the fuck's
You
this
should
going
be
off?
terrified. Where we last left off, you and your party have just defeated Sutton. After with your new teammate Sebastian, the party, Sebastian and Nim, were able to take down Sutton just before the exposure gas got too high and, brainwashed all of you. But after defeating Sutton and administering the cure to exposure, you disconnected the rest of the hive mind, revealing that Sutton was innocent the entire fucking time.
Oops.
Bom, bom, bom.
Sutton, dazed, recounted that they might know exactly what's going on, and that their older brother Raymond may be behind it. So, we are back in this scene. Sutton, actually not quite back in the scene, because the scene ended. We are, back at the, what did I call the hotel?
Oh Lord, if I remember.
Fuck,
Wasn't it like something related to
If I scroll
the
up, I
Adventure
should be able
Zone?
to find it.
what? Related
Wasn't
to
it
what?
something related to the Adventure Zone?
No, it wasn't the Adventure Zone.
Arking is the city.
No, I thought the city was like Sun something.
Yeah, it was Sunshine Valley.
Oh yeah,
That
so
was-
then maybe Arking was the hotel, or if Arking's actually a thing, I don't remember my notes.
I'm just gonna call it the Third Eye Hotel, because that sounds like something I would have named. So, you find yourselves, sort of, entering the lobby of the hotel. The nice woman at the front counter, she's. Picture this scene. It's fairly quiet. It's a quiet evening. There's no one really in the lobby. The fireplace is going. There's a chessboard in the corner, but no one's playing it. And I think her name was Susan. I think either Sarah or Susan. I think it's Susan. But
Susan sounds right.
Wait, the lady
Yeah,
at the
Susan
front
sounds
desk?
right.
yeah, she's
The front
at
desk
the
lady? Her name was Sophie.
Sophie, right? Sophie, the front desk lady. That sounds more right. She's at the front desk. She's got no eyes or mouth or anything, just those weird nudie branch sort of head constructs, and she's sorting a few things, and like it's very quiet. She's humming to herself, and then all of a sudden, you lot burst through the door, like half dead, covered in dirt and shit. Nim's got like an industrial dolly sort of thing, like a huge cart, and it's full of like boxes of the red metal alloy, the cure, and Sebastian's standing as far away as they can from that dolly.
Baby.
And in fact, Sebastian is supporting one of Sutton's arms as Rowan is supporting the other, and they're sort of like carrying Sutton along, because you can expect like that shit's gonna fuck you up. But Sutton's like conscious; it's just hard for them to walk. And as you all shuffle in, she just kind of like stands there and looks at you, is like, "Y'all good?"
Yeah, we're fine. Just had to
Just
care
peachy.
some stuff.
I saw y'all leaving this morning around 8 in the morning. It's about 6 p.m. now. Y'all have a fun time.
Very busy day.
All right.
Fun
well,
is one word for it.
I think we gotta figure out, is Jerissa still passed out or is she awake by now?
No,
No,
she's
she's awake.
Okay.
She's
All
only
right,
passed
well-
out when you're not here.
Well, y'all have a nice night. If you're interested, you can renew your stay for another night. You might need it, considering. But don't feel pressured to. You clearly have got other business to attend to. But go ahead. I had new sheets put on your bed. I mean, I could bring up some bottles of water if you want.
That's very kind of you. Do you guys need anything?
Oh, no, I think I'm good.
Yeah, I think we're okay.
Sebastian
take
just
some
kind of
water.
Thank you very much.
Sebastian mumbles to themselves. Water comes in bottles.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know about y'all. I'm thirsty. I could take some water.
I mean, like you do have the sink, but the sink is a little. Would not drink from the sink. I'll bring up some water bottles. No worry. So she kind of like takes like a double take towards your fucking party, and then shuffles away into the kitchen. So do you head up to your room or anything?
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, here's
So-
before we do that, like Kayla sort of like turns around to face the whole party and I'm like, okay, I don't properly remember our room arrangement since we left because it feels like it's been forever.
It feels
where
like it's been
exactly are we
months.
gonna-
Wow.
Yes, it feels like it's been several months with a lot of space between them.
it was
But
either, like
where are
2
we-
or 3 rooms. I know Jerissa shared.
There
with
was
me.
3 because Jerissa and Nim,
Rowan
Rowan and Lillian.
And then I
And
think
then
Kayla
Kayla.
was alone.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so he kind of like clears it. All right, so if you want, Mr. Sutton, you could stay in my room, and Sebastian, I'm not sure
it's
where
not-
you'd be more
it's-
comfortable.
It's
That
not
could-
Mister.
Oh,
I mean-
my apologies.
Sab, if you want a room with us.
Seb sort of like
Given,
Seb like glanced around. It's like, are you sure?
given you don't mind some noise, considering we both play music, but that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I can probably fall asleep in around any environment now at this point. Sure. Yeah, I'll take you up on that offer.
Cool.
Can't be that hard.
I mean, yeah, not really.
All right.
I guess we go inside then.
Yep. Yeah,
I
you
guess-
all get set up in your rooms. Sophie comes up a little bit later and she puts like 3 bottles of water outside of every room and then like knocks really quick on one of them and runs back downstairs.
I think we scared her.
So, which I feel like we should do 3 separate scenes for each of the rooms.
yeah.
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 So, who wants to go first?
Church, do you want to do a
God, okay, yeah, let's do it.
Get it over with.
A worm?
Okay,
Oh,
so
God.
Lillian she gets the waters from outside the room. She like puts one on like I assume there's like a table in the room, and she hands one of the other 3 to Ronan, is like keeps one for herself. And Lillian knows that there's going to be like an upcoming important conversation, obviously. So she kind of like looks at Rowan and sits on the bed. And kind of just like, I guess, is waiting for Rowan to say something, if anything.
Okay. Rowan's like fidgeting with the water bottle and not like glancing at Lillian, but not maintaining eye contact or anything, and is like, so the squip said something pretty interesting in that fight. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm mostly okay, considering everything that happened today, but yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay?
I think so. I hope so. Yeah. You almost got taken over by that exposure stuff, didn't you? Is that what happened?
Lillian, like, looks down. It takes her, like, a second to, like, say anything. She just kind of shrugs. There's been a lot going on in my head.
Yeah. Do you want to tell me about any of it? Just talk?
I mean, I don't want to make you any more worried than you probably already are. I don't want to...
I don't think that's possible. I'm pretty worried as it is, and if, like, you don't have to tell me, but if you don't, I'm gonna, like, assume maybe things are worse than they actually are. And I just want to know the truth from you.
I've just been worried about everyone. I mean, everyone, not everyone, but you were, like, kind of pissed at me about the whole pact thing, and I guess I just started getting a bit freaked out over it. It's stupid, but I've just been having a lot of worry over the, I guess, peace of the group.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to think that trusting the Squip god person is a good idea. I don't think I'm ever going to trust him unless, I mean, he's helped now a couple times, I guess. And that's good. And maybe he is trustworthy. I don't know. But I think it was just startling back there to find out that way. Seeing you not being you was terrifying that first time. And I think I overreacted. I was also dealing with my own stuff, but
I know, and I should have told you guys sooner, but I mean, if you can't trust him, you should at least trust me, right?
right. Of course I trust you. I really hope that what you're doing is going to work out. That it's not going to end up with this god. I don't know. I don't even know. But I don't know. I'm just worried. I'm just really, really worried, I think.
I know you're all worried and stuff, and I'm sure everyone else is too, but, like, we got through this much without dying,
Yeah,
so we're
it's
doing
pretty
good.
we're pretty awesome. Yeah. I'm sorry I got pissed at you. I shouldn't have done that.
It's okay. I mean, if I was in your shoes, I'd be pretty upset too.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming you talked to him, so thank him at some point for me for keeping you from getting mind controlled during that last fight.
She smiles. She's like, of course. I mean, not that I say it's from you or anything, because I'm sure you want to be all like, oh, I don't like you anymore.
I cannot like him and still appreciate that he did help you.
Of course.
But yeah.
You get a feeling that he already knows. And the conversation sort of peters out a little bit, and they probably just enjoy each other's company in this quiet moment, finally. And the camera sort of pans over to the small bathroom with the sliding door quickly shutting again. And inside this bathroom, you notice that Rowan's phone is on the counter. And it's open to a couple of Google pages, and Seb is in there. And and the Google search is, what is kinning and should I be afraid? But they also seem to be taking a few notes and like listening in on like God, like what, like like they don't know quite what's going on yet, but
baby,
they're trying to piece it together. They also totally stole Rowan's and figured out the password. That was weird. But
Rowan doesn't have a password.
Rowan just beats the shit out of anybody that touches their phone.
There you go.
Scene 2. Should we do Kaylock's room? Kaylock and Sutton, or should we do Nim and Jarissa?
Whatever y'all want. I can do K-Lock right now.
Yeah, let's do Kaylock and Sutton.
Yeah.
Let's do Kaylock and Sutton. Alright, so next door, meanwhile, I guess, Sutton is sort of sitting quietly on the bed. It seems as though there is one bed in this room.
I swear to God.
One bed. There's one bed. Just saying, there's one bed.
And they were roommates.
Oh my God, and they were roommates. But
no pull-out couch.
Sutton is sort of sitting on the bed, knees sort of a little bit tucked to their chest, but like still like half crossed, half in a defensive position. Their moth wings are sort of splayed out on the rest of the bed, and they're pretty impressive. Like they're big fucking wings, but they seem to be a little bit like damaged, and they're just sort of sitting there, kind of like staring at like the general floor-ish areas, just like thinking and trying to process what the fuck happened in the last hour.
Right, yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, first of all, while they're still like settling into the room, like Kaylock took the chance to like take out his phone and sort of like just text Casper like hey, good night, sort of like text message like I'll be home soon. And then he puts his phone away and he's sort of like leaning against the wall, arms crossed, like awkward. He kind of like doesn't know how to stand because he's also trying to process a lot of everything that happened. And then he like finally clears his throat. So, Sutton, are you all right? You can take the bed if you want, and I can settle on the floor once we actually rest. I think we could all use rest.
I wouldn't want to take the bed from you, of course. It's your bed. I can always ask for a cot or something. You know, hotels typically do have like cots, right?
I suppose I haven't been out of the house too much recently. He kind of like runs a hand over his face. So how are you, I suppose, holding up with all of this? I imagine it's a lot to take in an hour.
I don't. I'm unsure if that's a term you're satisfied with. Unsure?
It makes sense to be unsure considering everything. We don't really know what's happening half of the time.
I mean, things went wrong. I can safely say that. But I guess they could have gone worse.
That's a good way of looking at it, silver lining and all. Sorry, I meant to apologize for being hostile when you first properly awoke. I was simply defensive, considering.
Oh no, I'm not quite sure what I did yet, but based on the way that you are all very upset, I'm certain that if I was in your shoes, I too would have been very upset. If it's not a harsh topic, what exactly happened? What did I do?
Kind of like takes another deep breath. Well, I'm not sure how far back I should start, but if we're going to the hospital, kind of like.
How far back does it go?
This question to DM. He was the one that like did the phone call thing, right? With
yes, they were the one that did the phone call,
right,
and they were the one that Mr. Reyes sent the email to.
Okay, cool. So kind of takes a deep breath. Well, not that much. I suppose this whole thing hasn't been going on for as long as it feels like it has. You were simply, well, I suppose, working alongside rather than being in charge of the whole exposure thing for a few months. Once we figured out that you might be at the hospital, you kind of bite his lip. I suppose some very strong magic to just fall asleep, a couple of fear rooms, and then, well, the encounter, which we managed to make it out of, and we knocked you out before anything too terrible happened. And then you were awake.
I don't specialize in like illusory magics. That's not my style. So it's a little strange to hear an anecdote of me doing such practices. Like they're trying to like rationalize it so intense, just fucking rationalize, please God. But I suppose that I can't. I don't know if it would be my place to apologize, which I certainly do want to apologize, but I feel that it would be ingenuine coming from me, because I feel as though I am not the one that must apologize, but I'll do it anyways. Of course, I'm deeply sorry that any of this happened, but you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, Kayla kind of stretches out his hands to sort of like try to make Sun calm down and be like, no, it's, trust me, from what we've seen of this whole thing, when people are exposed, they really aren't themselves. So I can't hold it against you, and I'm sure that no one else does either. He kind of like looks at the floor for a second, like, I can't imagine what we would be like if, God forbid, that happened to us.
Sun just kind of like falls quiet a little bit as they just sort of remember waking up and like seeing everybody around them all like riled up and upset, and they're trying to like think about what happened to like earn that sort of anger and reaction out of people. And as they sort of like think about it a little bit more, their the wings slowly like pull on the sheets as they fold up into a very neat, like tidy sort of backpack shape, and it shuffles underneath the blanket that they have over their shoulders, and like you never would have been able to tell that there were wings there. Like, it's pretty cool. I suppose me and my brother we're insectids. I suppose the hive mind sort of thinking might have gone a touch too far. They're trying to make like a joke. They're just
Kalak does kind of like let out like a sort of like small chuckle. Like, that's one way to put it for sure.
What was your name again? I'm sorry. I'm just a bit frazzled.
My apologies. I'm Kalakiano.
Kalaki. Well, I'm Sun Hashimoto, but you already know that.
Well, technically, I do, but again, you weren't quite yourself most of the times we interacted, so clean slate, I suppose.
That would be nice. Though I don't remember any of the previous slate, but I will take slate.
He kind of like he shoots sudden a sort of like sympathetic grin, and he yawns again, and kind of like rubs at his face again. All right, well, not quite sure what we're going to be doing tomorrow, but I have a feeling it's going to be quite a day. And, well,
Certainly, it can't be quite as chaotic as this afternoon.
I sure hope so.
Well, you can have the bed. It's all right. I can sleep basically anywhere. I've fallen asleep at my desk multiple times. Um. Oh
Oh, well, so have I.
my! They kind of like stare down at the floor for a moment in like sort of abstract horror, and they're like, "Student,
I cut out what?
my student,
Your what?
my students. What? How long have
Wait, you have students from
they
what
they
do you
they
teach?
they sort of look up, and they glance away. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm simply remembering. Well, of course I'm remembering what I do. That just makes sense. I'm a teacher. I teach.
Kayla kind of like blinks in surprise at the, Kayla kind of blinks in surprise at that. I'm like, oh, well, I suppose we're more similar than I would have thought. Your students, well, I'm not sure how long you were like this
Yes,
since we can't really pin a timeline, but
that's simply it. I don't know how long I've been rather gone. I
do you
rather
have any way to contact them? Perhaps the school's number or something of the sort?
I'll have to um I'll um do you teach?
I do. In fact, pretty much all of the kids that you saw me with the exception of Seb, who we just met, they're all my students.
I assumed as much. Um, what do you?
I teach alchemy, base level, at a university. You?
I teach abjuration at a college.
Kayla sort of like nods along to that, and he looks down for what college?
Previous list of colleges somewhere.
No, I mean like last that you remember where you last worked.
No,
The
this is
student
me
that
out
you're
of
mentioning.
character. Do I have a
Oh.
list of colleges somewhere?
I don't know. Like Kalok is just checking because if Fredden says
Okay.
Borealis, then that's.
I'm not good at making up names right now. The name machine is off. But they list a college that is the University of Alaska Fairbanks. They list a college that's not too far away. And Kalok, can you make an insight check?
Give me 1 second. Insight. Where is? Well, I got a 19 plus 1. So.
Fucking bingo bongo. Kalok, you immediately recognize this college as. Remember when you went to Solaris's office in the first session, and you investigated the browser and you found a short list of colleges that had these strange occurrences?
I do recall that, yes.
It is one of them.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so Kalok sort of, actually, just to remember that, was it the same place that, because I remember the first session something was said about like an outbreak nearby. Is that the list? Okay,
yes.
Yeah. Kalok sort of like, he kind of like clicks his fingers like, that university, it sounds familiar. All right, of your students and fellow staff of your university, I'm sorry if there's too much, do you recall anyone that, or perhaps was aware of what your brother was doing?
no, I wasn't aware of what my brother is really doing. I I still am not sure what's exactly going on.
Right, he's sort of like, he's tapping his hand and sort of like, his gears are sort of working. All right. All right, yeah, that makes sense. Also, well, this exposure that you were a part of, well, you aren't, I imagine you aren't the first, and you were definitely not the last to be exposed. Some people some students at my university also received that, and it's possible that that happened also at your school, if I'm recalling correctly.
They just sort of fall quiet a little bit, and they just kind of stare vacantly a little. It's like I haven't seen what this stuff does as of yet, but I can only assume that it's not good. I don't have a lot of faith um in what this thing, this creation can do. Um I I don't know.
Well, we don't know that much. All that I can tell you is that it's some sort of mind meld, almost. It once someone is exposed, other than the telltale blue that you saw in Feb, they're just like in a hive mind, I suppose. They're happy, but not in a good way, from what we can see.
I suppose um suppose that well that's a better indicator than anything that I've learned so far. So I I I was sick last time I remember. I had a very bad head cold. But that seems to not be there anymore. I my brother my brother came to visit. That's right. Yes, he came to visit and he brought some soup. And I I can't recall what what it tasted like or what when I got out of bed after that or when I went to work or and they just sort of fall quiet.
I'm sorry, I can't imagine. I'm sorry that your brother is the one, I suppose, behind all of this.
The man behind the slaughter.
He kind of like clears his throat again. It's like his nervous habit. He goes, I know that you didn't know what your brother was working on, but before, did he start acting differently at any point or do anything out of his norm, I suppose?
Raymond is um far from what one would consider um standard or normal or quote unquote normal. he never he had trouble connecting to other people on an emotional level. But that never really stopped him from, working to try and make things better or to make a significant change. I suppose this change was just a bit more significant than quite anticipated. But no, I didn't notice anything awry.
Okay. Question for the because I just remembered something that the script mentioned to Kaylock. It was that the script used to be like the patron for, but I don't remember if it was for Sudden or for R.
It was for Raymond.
And that it was for Raymond. Okay. I just wanted to check that because I thought it was Sudden for a second. And I was like, wait a minute. All right.
Wait a second. Hold up a minute. That's a
That
plot.
doesn't really get it. Okay, no, yeah. If it's her, then that makes much more sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have much more to say. It's Kaylock. I'm sorry.
Well, if that's all you want to know from me, I suppose I could. Again, I'm comfortable sleeping just about anywhere. I've slept at desks, slept on floors. It's not a very good habit of mine, but I suppose I ought to be thankful for habits.
Well, I think we've all fallen prey to that once in a while. Before we rest, just one more question.
Sure.
Do you happen to know who Squip is? Does that ring any bells?
I it's like they look like they're thinking like really hard. I it's just on the tip of I'm aware of it, but it's my memory just isn't serving me right now. It's just all I'm coming up with is static. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's understandable. Again, with everything that's happened.
It feels like something that I should know. If you give me more time, maybe I'll be able to think of it, but right now it's blocked out.
Right. Kayla sort of like takes notice of like the use of the word like static and blocked, and it sort of like I don't know, it sort of like sticks out to him, and he just kind of like nods and is like, right, of course.
Do you want me to get out of your hair?
No, no. If you want, you can stay here. I'll go down to reception to ask Sophie, I believe it was, to bring a cot or something. I know that you say that you can sleep on the floor and it's fine, but I insist.
Well, you're very kind. I'll stay here then, I suppose.
I'll be back in a moment.
All right.
And he
see
goes
you.
down to reception.
As Haylock leaves, Sutton just sort of like continues to stare at the floor. Just like you can tell that they're focusing now and like trying to think. But the one word that's sticking out in their head, I think we all know which word that is. Jerissa and Nim. It's your turn.
I think Seb's in here too now, right?
No, Seb was with Rowan, and
Oh, okay.
so it's just these two bitches.
Give me a sec.
Bum bum bum. Bum, 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 bum. Da, 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 da.
All right, I am back.
Alright, so Nim is the TV in the room is on and flipping through the channel, and she's like, I refuse to look at the channel guide, but I want to find the Food Network. Is it 42 or 45? I think it's typically 45.
I found it's usually 32. I don't know. I don't usually watch food stuff. My meals consist of like ramen, and more ramen.
Food Channel's there for the competitive aspect of it. If you don't watch Food Network to see the people kill each other, then what's the point?
Can you repeat that?
The point of the Food Channel is for the combat sort of aspect of it. If you don't watch people kill each other over filet mignon, then what the fuck is the point?
That's a good point. So outside of food stuff, that whole thing just kinda happened, huh?
Yeah, it was fucked up. That was pretty fucked up.
I was passed out for most of it, so
yeah, but it was fucked up.
As far as I've heard, yeah. I mean,
we found out the dude's name.
Yeah, I heard about that. I don't know. I feel like a little connected, you know, probably the neurotoxin.
Yeah. Listen, this shit's fucked. It's fucked.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah,
you know what I'm sort of worried about?
What?
Seb.
I know.
Fuck is fucking Seb? What are we gonna do with that guy?
I don't know. I think we gotta enroll him somehow.
And we kidnap this possessed Irish child. You know what? You're coming to college with us. We don't. How old even is this kid?
Seems about college age. Like,
DM tip: they do not look college age.
Wait.
In the fan fiction of Be More Chill, they're in high school. Just a tip
They're
sign.
16. They're 16.
I didn't know. I haven't read it.
A fake fan. How dare
Read
you?
it. Read it. It's good.
Could they pass for college age theoretically?
If they try hard enough.
Okay, with makeup they could.
With makeup they could.
Cool.
I mean, like, Jesus. Okay, no offense. This kid does not look like they're like 19. That does not look like a 19-year-old.
Could use makeup for that.
They look like a prepubescent teenage boy. Like, what the fuck? Get some facial hair on that kid.
I mean, I'm sure one of us knows how to do it.
Facial hair or makeup?
Makeup to appear that way.
I'm sure there's like 80 bajillion different illusion spells that we use.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know, magic, that thing that we can do.
My brain forgot about that for a sec. It still hurts. My face still hurts.
Oh yeah, my head hurts like a bitch.
Okay, cool. I'm not the only one. I mean, I got kicked in the face. Still, It's a while ago, but it still hurts.
Ugh, damn. So you got kicked on the face, and then you started growing vines? What was up with that?
If I tell you about it, can I trust you?
Well, it depends. Trust me to do what?
Just, like, keep a secret?
Christ. You know what? No, I will not keep a secret, but I'm gonna make you tell me anyways, because fucking hell, you all suck at talking.
If you're gonna tell him, I'm not gonna tell you.
Tell me, Jarissa.
She sighs very aggressively. So kind of in pact with a god in my dream.
Dumbass!
To be fair, seems to not like this whip, so I think we're in a good start. She had good vibes.
He had good vibes.
Yeah, he had good vibes.
He was just vibing, huh?
Yeah.
Christ on a cock.
I mean, I have plant magic, but I don't know how to use it. If I can get someone to help me use it,
I mean,
that could just
start.
Because I kind of ran away before I could be taught, so...
Shit, really? That's some tragic backstory.
Yeah, there's a lot of tragic backstory. I'm not gonna get into that, but, like... So I have plant magic, and I know I can use it, but it's like... It's just like... So, when my dreams grew vines, then it worked. I mean, you can't tell me it didn't work.
It worked.
The only price is, like, a tiny bit of blood, but, like, I scrape my knees enough anyways.
Wait, you need to give blood to cast spells with this dude?
I think it's, like, a monthly thing, kind of like club dues or something.
A monthly... Hold up. A monthly donation of blood. Wonder where you could get a monthly donation of blood.
What?
I'm just saying, Jarissa.
Why? But I can use my own. Like, why would I steal other people's? I can...
No, Jarissa. She grabs Jarissa by the shoulders. Jarissa, you're not getting it. A monthly donation of blood. Where do you get blood every month, Jarissa?
I fall on the skateboard.
Jarissa, the coochie Jarissa.
Well, she like...
Jarissa, every month. A delivery of blood every month, Jarissa. This man! This dude wants what?
Nim forgets that trans people exist, ASMR.
Nim doesn't know! I don't think Nim knows!
I don't think anyone knows. She runs halfway across the room. Like,
Jarissa! She's killing herself laughing. Jarissa, this dude! A monthly delivery of blood, my guy! Think about this! What does he really want?
I'd like to tell the group that she literally does not know. Like, because she ran away, so she literally does not know. She has no clue.
Jarissa.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking to? You know the joke that I'm saying here?
No, I'm completely missing it.
I'm talking about periods, Jarissa.
I'm sorry, what?
Periods.
Like, the things you apparently put at the end of a sentence?
She kind of like pauses. Jarissa, do you not get periods, Jarissa?
No.
Is it a wood elf thing? Do wood elves not get periods? You lucky fucks. What?
I don't know. I don't even know what it is. They never taught me.
You don't get taught how to use a period, Jarissa. It happened.
They never taught me anything, actually.
Huh? Wait, what? Wait, do what else get periods?
I still don't even know what one is.
Teresa, period is where you bleed out of your vagina for a week. That's part of the menstrual cycle.
Well,
Same. Like what? I'm more confused than concerned at this point.
Assuming I understand what you're talking about, which I don't think I have one of those.
What, is it Ken doll down there? You know, I don't tell me. I don't need that image in my mind.
I'm not gonna talk about it.
I don't need that image in my mind. I don't listen. I've never researched how wood elves reproduce, and I'm not about to do it now.
Frankly, I don't know either, but
How do you not know? You know what? I'm not gonna ask.
I'm telling
That's
you,
it. I'm just not gonna ask. These are questions that I'm not gonna ask.
I'm telling you, I didn't learn anything, basically.
What is this? How did you get into? No offense. How did you get into college then?
Sports.
Oh, sports.
I'm good at basketball.
It's because you're tall, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it totally is.
Oh yeah, it's totally because you're tall.
It's like my cousin used to take me over to the basketball court, and he would let me go play with the other high schoolers, because I couldn't actually enroll in school, because it was kind of
What?
I couldn't enroll in school, in like regular public school. I was a runaway. And but my cousin, he would take me over to the basketball court so I could play with the kids.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah, my cousin's cool. His name is Adrian. I miss him.
Is he fucking dead?
No, I just don't live with him anymore. Like,
Was implies that he's fucking dead.
He's not dead. As
Okay,
far
well
as I
that's
know.
good.
As far
Far
as I
as
know.
you know. Jesus.
He's
Christ.
busy.
What's
Man-
up with you guys?
Mans has a job. Like,
yeah, a lot of people in college have jobs.
nah, he out of college. Like, he's an adult.
Oh, he had an actual like job.
Yeah.
For adults.
He was like in
That's
college when I
funny.
was living with him, so it's like,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I
It's a
see.
lot. I told you, tragic backstory. You know.
Tragic. Yeah, you know.
Like,
I don't really have a tragic backstory.
do you got any backstory? Like,
I mean, of course I got a backstory. I have depth. I'm
Give
a
me the-
well-built character. I have depth.
give me what the reading teacher likes to call exposition.
You want me to give you the exposition on the movie?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Well, I you want to know something funny? Something real funny?
Sure.
I'm a Kalash star. You know what Kalash star is?
Yeah. Kinda. Explain again, please. I don't know what
It's
most
someone-
things are.
It's someone who's kind of got one foot in, the real material world and one foot in the dream world. You know how fucking disorienting that is sometimes?
Yeah, jeez. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I was born, normally. But here's the fun part. Neither of my parents were Kalash stars.
Oh, jeez.
It's not an adultery thing, I don't think, but, like, still confusing, right?
Yeah, he is a little confusing. Like, Adrian talked about this, like, Harry Potter, where some kids were born with magic even if their parents weren't. Like,
Yeah, straight up. So I'm like, what? Like, both my parents have magical capabilities, but, like, God fucked up. They misplaced the baby. They did a little switcheroo and thought it was a funny joke. So somewhere there's two Kalash star parents with like a regular human ass baby.
oh no, I feel bad for the kid.
I mean, yeah. Oof. But like, I don't know. It was weird. Clash stars don't get proper dreams. They just get visions of the whatever dream entity they're stapled to from birth.
Hey, last room I had, I made a pact, so.
How long ago was that? When was the last time you had a dream?
Like, last time we were sleeping in this hotel?
So, like, last night?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, nah, it was. Yeah, it was. It was.
Fucking last night?
Yeah, and then it got confirmed yesterday, like earlier today, when I got kicked in the head.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
You were like, not really asleep, but you seemed like you did not want to be talked to.
Oh yeah. No. Are you talking about when I was in like the trance halfway through
Yeah.
there? Yeah, that was fucked up.
I thought about telling you about it, but you just seemed like you didn't want to be bothered.
Oh yeah. Sometimes you just don't. That's just how it is.
Speaking of which, you better not tell them. Like, I think
oh, I'm not making any promises, you stupid motherfucker.
She runs back over from where she was and like half hits him, but in a friendly way.
Oh, you don't want to play that game. Oh, you don't want to play that game.
No,
you don't. You don't. No.
Y'all saw how they took it when Lillian got the squib. Like, squib's kind of sketchy, but I trust this dude.
Bro, he looks like a fucking hooker, dude.
The plant?
He's like,
is the plant?
Sure, yeah, the plant. No, not the plant. Okay, wait, hang on. I just realized something.
What?
We've been sitting in this hotel for the past however long, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
We haven't ordered food.
You want to get like a pizza and surprise them?
Yeah. Wait, do you have money? I don't have money. Do you have money?
She checks in her backpack, which has several assorted things in it, and pulls out like a $20 bill.
I don't think that's enough to buy like pizza for 7 people or so.
I mean, you get how much is?
Hold up, I got a crackhead idea. Hold up. She walks over to the little kitchenette and like picks up like a small steak knife and she like starts aiming for her finger. She's like, okay. We're gonna make a blood sacrifice to whatever fucking plant you got to get pizza. That's the game we're playing today.
Yeah, Mom? I gotta run upstairs. Be right back.
Okay.
I think it's funny that that Nim has always been the first one to like in like the quote unquote party to know about the packs.
She's smart, but she's also a dumbass. But she's mostly smart, but also a dumbass.
I like how it's like the first time I'll keep this from bitches, but now no.
Now, the first time I kept it, it didn't work out well. Jarissa, fuck you.
Like, Nim should be like, you know, you should tell them so they don't get pissed.
It's like, nah, fuck you. I'm gonna
Chaos.
do this myself.
And you really think this is gonna work?
Meanwhile, Nim's like, I'm gonna make a blood sacrifice. Get me a pizza.
Like, you think it's gonna work? I mean, I'm down to try, but like,
I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen?
wait, what time is it for reference?
It's about 7:30.
Is it still light out?
Like a little, yeah.
I mean, if you're down, we can not use a knife. I did bring my skateboard. It's in the room.
Okay, you're supposing that we just go outside and like wait for you to scrape the fuck out of your knees.
See, I'm good at basketball, but like I'm a klutz and I'm still learning.
As Jarissa's talking, she pricks her finger. She's like,
Oh
I don't
my
have any
God.
patience for this. I would like food.
She gives her
And
a
sure
blank. She gives her
enough,
a-
from Jarissa's wrist, the plants grow out of it, and the motherfucker sprays his hair.
And the what?
And she's like, oh shit! Look at that! That was like a chest burster, but out of your wrist!
I guess it works.
She's like, what am I supposed to do?
I
Just
don't
like,
know, like she puts it up to her like to her mouth the way you would like a mic, and is like, "Can I get a pizza?"
and he kind of like the plant mouse just sort of sits there. It's like, you don't have to bring me that close to your mouth. You realize I can't hear. I do have ears. You can't see them, but I can't hear.
She moves her arm back down. Then, well, I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
How many
think
pieces
plants
do you
had
want?
ears. I don't know, like 14. There's 7 of us.
But no, that's just a waste of food. 14 pizzas for 7 people.
Oh, you said slices. I thought you meant like.
No, like whole pizzas.
Oh, yeah, we need like 2, 3.
2 or 3? That seems more like
yeah,
it. Jesus.
Well, no, 2. Actually, 2's good because to think there's like 8 slices in each. 8 plus 8. She counts on her fingers like. Yeah, that's 16. So that's enough.
Mhm. All right, 16. Yeah, 2 pieces. Yep.
2 pieces.
Cool. That'll
I
be
think that works out.
Sure, I could do that.
No, she doesn't.
For
She counted on her fingers.
uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That works out. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. So that'll be 3 pizzas. And I can do that for 10 drops of blood. That's
Alright.
the currency. That's the exchange rate. It's a little high. That's the exchange rate for pizza right now.
I mean, I'm good with that.
Nib's just like, fuck yes, finally. She's like, I get to say that I made a blood pact for pizza. This is so fucking hilarious.
Oh, same. This is the best.
This is so funny. So
Did you
she
tell them-
fucking does it. She just sacrifices 10 drops of blood. She's like, yes. Oh god, this is funny.
That's really not that much, is it? Like,
No, like 10 drops is not a lot, right? And he's like,
Yeah.
no, it's not a lot, but to me it's a lot.
yeah. I mean, she just like touches her face, and there is probably like some kind of at least a bruise there. It's like, yeah, and that happens.
Hey, you know, so things happen. Things happen.
Yeah, we did just get in a fight, so like,
It's fine.
yeah. So, so I guess we give Tui the blood then.
Yeah, sure. And she just kind of like holds her finger over like the plant mouth. She's like, all right, this 1, 2, fucking ow, this stings. 3, 4, ow, shit. This is like a paper cut, but that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, there we go.
Jerissa pulls a band-aid out of her backpack. It has smiley faces on it.
Aw, that's fucking cute.
They're cheaper.
Well, it's also cute.
Yeah, it's cute and it's cheaper. Save money and be special.
That's adorable. So then the plant retracts back into her wrist and vanishes effectively. And they are simply left waiting for pizza.
We wait for the pizza. So
I feel like that's a good place. I
We
feel
don't tell
like
them
that's
how
a yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no. But I will say they made a blood sacrifice for pizza. Not gonna specify
Oh, yeah.
how, but I'm gonna say that I did.
That's gonna be a great story to tell.
This is a good story. This. There's no way this
That's
can
the
backfire.
best story.
10 out of 10. Blood sacrifice for pizza.
Okay.
That feels like a good place to end the scene.
Yeah, totally.
Smash cut to the next morning. K-Lock, specifically smash cut to K-Lock closing the trunk of the van. He climbs into the driver's seat of the van, as Sophie stands outside the hotel, sort of nervously waving as she watches the many crates of red alloy on the top of strapped haphazardly to the top of the car with various bits of magic sort of sway nervously. Sutton is in the front seat, and K-Log hops into the driver's seat.
He sort of like turns back to see that everyone's in the car, like, remember to put on your seatbelt, and then he like starts the car.
Lillian already has her seatbelt on because she's a good kid.
Jerissa just forgets to put hers on.
Well, that's why he reminded everyone.
Y'all think she's listening?
So valid. Okay, so I'm guessing like we're just driving now.
I assume, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We got the car playlist, guys.
Don't go.
We cannot hear you, Mayo. We cannot hear you.
Yeah. Mayo nasty.
We go vroom vroom.
Sing.
Okay,
We
we
can
got
hear
it.
Anyways,
Yeah, we got
there
it.
we go. Anyways, when did I cut out?
We just
You
go to
said
the
that
car.
they were in the car. Yeah.
Yeah, so they packed up the van. Sophie's kind of like standing nervously near the front door as she watches the many crates of red alloy sort of balanced precariously on the top of the car with like strapped to it with magic. Sutton sitting in the front seat as Kalot gets into the driver's seat. There's not quite enough seats for everybody because we've got like 2 extra people. So Seb is having to sit on Nim's lap, which is like totally illegal. But you know what? Fuck cops.
A cab.
So you could choose to head back to the college, or and effectively end Act 2. We'll have to do a short a button at the end of this when you get back to the college, and that will be at the end of Act 2. Or you can choose to go and find you could choose to go and find the person looking for Seb. You can find the office.
I mean, a cab. So like,
We stole your younger sibling.
fuck cops.
Cops, we stole your sibling.
Yeah.
Wait, also like the cop, like the sheriff, wasn't like outside of the hospital when we left.
No.
Ah, all right, cool. I was just checking. I was like,
well, Seb didn't like remember,
Nope.
so I don't
Okay.
think it would be wise to add that to the like Seb's like dress.
Grievance list. So you're just gonna kidnap Seb and leave?
I mean,
No, okay, wait, here's what happens. Okay, so, like, Killock starts driving, but, like, before he leaves town, he sort of, like, he stops the car, and he's, like, tapping the wheel, and he kind of looks back, to Seb, like, on the rear view mirror thing. He kind of, like, barely see the corner of Seb, and it's like, Seb, is there anything else you want to do before we leave? Anything or anyone you want to see?
I don't have anyone here. I don't think I have anyone. Sounds dramatic, I know, but it seems to be the truth. No, I don't really have any final grievances here, as far as I am aware.
He kind of like bites his lip and he keeps tapping the steering wheel. Seb, I know that you're not the same person that entered the hospital back when. And
It's
I know,
about
and I
that.
don't. I just want to be sure. Whatever you choose, we'll respect it. But
I don't know who entered the hospital. I don't know. I feel like it would be rude for me to try and, you know, claim that to be my own, you know?
Killick, I think we should just go back. I think it would be for the best.
he kind of gives everyone in the back like one more look and sort of like nods a little bit, biting his lip, and he's like drives up ahead again, like, all right, don't forget your seatbelt.
Dressa reluctantly goes on.
Seb clips theirs on over top of both of theirs.
Good.
Yeah. Anyways, do you guys want to have a road trip sort of a road trip interlude, or should we jump right into the end of Act?
I
Wait,
think
I
a
need
little interlude.
A little interlude.
Okay. Freestyle interlude. What do y'all want to do on this road trip?
I need to know how Sutton and Seb react to the car playlist, which is mainly ABBA.
Songs.
Dressa has stopped pretending to hate it.
Yay!
Sutton's kind of bopping. Sutton's like quietly like nodding their head to the beat of the music. Like they enjoy ABBA. You can't go wrong with ABBA. Seb has never heard of music in their life.
Good introduction.
Yep.
So they're just kind of like, huh. Instrument.
Money.
Must be funny. Yeah, in a rich man's world.
Sure
You know,
would be.
Money. Always sunny. In a
In
rich man's world.
Philadelphia.
Whoa. All the things they could do. You know, if they had a little money, it's a rich man's world.
Hey, Logan Sanders.
Wait, are there any cheesy landmarks on the way back?
I will say there is one giant rubber band ball. I will give you that.
We'd stop at the giant rubber band ball.
Fuck yeah.
I feel like we would.
Absolutely.
100%.
Sutton stays in the car but watches from the window in fascination.
What's
Seb
that?
is enthralled by this rubber orb. They're like touching it and like thinking about how many rubber bands exactly.
I don't think those are real rubber bands. What did they snap if they got that big?
Just
I mean,
really, really big rubber bands.
They could be really big rubber bands. Like
as
remember
they're
that-
discussing, you see in the background Seb transforms into a small rubber band ball. You're just a ball.
10 win.
When you are a ball,
No,
A good time
no
to ball.
The thought's empty.
you're just a ball. So they all load back up into the car except Seb's got like a souvenir hat.
Oh, Lillian bought it.
Lillian bought it. I was gonna say
She also a
otherwise.
magnet. She bought herself like
Otherwise,
Did anyone not get souvenirs of some sort? I don't think Sutton
Souvenirs are
would,
fun.
but
Sutton just gets one single really thick rubber band and is just like stretching it. This seems to keep them contented.
how did Nim get think of the rubber ball band?
she's like, "That's a ball. that's a ball. That's a ball. My guy, dude, that's a ball, dude. Dude, it's a ball." And then she sees Seb transform, and she's like, "No, that's a ball." Anything else y'all want to do in the car interlude?
Anyone want to like do like little like character interactions?
I'd like to say if there was like any super big song with like a trumpet solo, Jarissa will pull out and blast to it.
Oh my god.
How do you play a trumpet in a car?
Same
Bet.
way my brother played a harmonica.
In the
car.
van.
A harmonica is much smaller than a trumpet.
I
Bet.
mean,
Trumpets aren't like giant, are they?
yeah, they aren't
they're
that big.
decently big. They're decently big.
They're big enough to fit in a car, I think.
I just remembered something.
What?
What?
I'm pretty sure Seb can only transform into living beings, so the fact that they were able to transform into the rubber band ball,
That's mildly concerning.
it's a mimic.
Yeah, boom, mimic.
It's a mimic. Don't worry about it.
It
Rubber
has
band
like
ball.
little
Don't
teeth.
even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it. It's a mimic, bro. Don't even worry. Anyone got anything else?
Unless people want to, I don't have like. I would like to do like character interactions, but I can't think of anything. So unless anyone else has ideas, I guess we're done.
Yeah, I'm the same as Wheatley.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't think of anything either.
All right,
Assuming.
let's get ready for the end of Act 2.
Woo!
Hey! Woo.
Woohoo!
It's been quite the quest so far. So, we see, it's about twilight now. It was quite a long drive back, but now the sun's just starting to set again. And we see the party and its new additions standing outside of the L household. And we see the door slide open, and we see a shot of Omega's room, but the secret bed door is left open. And we pan down to see Omega in his lab as the party enters with Seb and with Sutton, and Nim holds up a plastic bag full of the metal alloy, and you can see Omega's face light up. And then we see Theta. He's sitting near the two trapped exposure victims next to Mel and Reyes. And he's got a notepad, and it seems like he's been like talking to them a lot and like trying to figure out where they're coming from. He's got a notebook that appears to be like half full. Like he's been at this for a while. But he perks up as he sees you both come with the cure, and he backs away to let you access the pods. And carefully, Omega stands in front of Mel's pod, and he opens it. And as Mel sort of like reaches out to start to try and attack, his claw sort of wraps around them and in their chest, in their arms, holds them aloft, which sort of throws Omega off balance because, you know, it's a heavy fucking claw and he's 12. But Nim quickly slips a piece of the metal under their tongue and holds their mouth shut as they sort of like shudder, you know, fall unconscious, and they go limp, slip from Omega's grip, and, you know, they do the same to Miss. And for a few minutes in this in the lab, it's quiet. Theta's sort of going over his notes because clearly he's not going to be able to get any more now. Omega's talking. Omega's sort of quietly approached Seb, and they've begun to talk. Of course, Omega's super wary because he sees the not traits but symptoms in Seb, and is like super wary. And but Seb reassures that it's okay. It's fine. They've dealt with this before. It's a-okay. So Omega is, you know, gathering evidence and data about Seb as suddenly there's a noise from the two unconscious figures on the floor, and Mel sits up, and they cough, and their eyes are a milky yellow. There's no blue in there. And Nim just stands up and runs for that bitch, and she just careens into them. Very, very tight hug. And one of them is crying. You can't quite tell which, but Mr. Reyes sits up too and sort of presses a hand to his temple, and he's looking around, and he doesn't quite recognize where he is, but he's gonna rationalize that it's a set, that it's but you realize upon seeing Mel sit up, and, you know, that the missing person has been found. The missing person has recovered. You've completed your quest. But, of course, things aren't quite as they. We cut to Solaris's office, and Solaris is inside of his office. And he's leaning over his laptop, and he's typing away. His blindfold is off, and you can't see his eyes quite because they're obstructed by the laptop. But he's typing away. And one or two of his snakes look upwards, and soon the entire head of hair is looking upwards, and he too looks upwards as he and he doesn't put the blindfold back on. He just sort of looks. And there's someone approaching. It's like the sound of high heels on a hard floor. And R is standing at the doorway, and he begins to talk. Solaris, I feel like I would like to ask about a few conditions of our agreement. Seems as though conditions, circumstances are going to change very, very. And he sort of sits up a little bit, and he's like, "Is this about Theodore?" And she smiled. She says, "Yes, definitely." And the door shuts behind her as they begin a very important conversation. End of Act 2.
Child!
Holy shit.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. I
knew
fucking
she was
knew it.
okay.
That
I knew
something
it.
was gonna happen
Because-
to Theta.
And because in every other media that I've seen with R, she's kind of not the best person.
I figure. Yeah, same.
So I was like,
Me introduces everyone.
press X to die.
I'm going to press charges.
Oh my god. Okay, that slapped a lot.
That
was awesome.
That was wild.
Yeah, that hit. I have some drawing ideas already.
I'm still not
That
over
was
the
short,
fact
but
that-
like,
I'm still not over the fact that
Oh boy.
we ordered a pizza with a blood sacrifice.
that was funny.
And
I like.
blood sacrifice pizza.
I'm glad that everything is back with relations in the group. Everything's back to relative normality.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I forgot that you guys
Finally,
didn't know all.
they're not on thin ice.
I really forgot y'all didn't know all of her backstory for a second when y'all were going
Yeah.
like backstory in the chat, and I'm
I
like,
feel
oh
like-
right.
I feel like you can share it. As long as we won't know it in character.
What?
Oh.